Hello, everyone. This is Kelly Beard of KarmicTools.com, and this is your weekly forecast for January 31st through February 6th of 2021. This is a very powerful week, y'all. We have our gate of power. We have some serious energies around purification and reset and reclaiming yourself on a new level, which automatically shifts your relationships to grow and evolve. So deep breath. Pace yourself. A lot of Aquarius energy being activated, so it's all very mental. And what we want to do when Aquarius is kicking, be mindful of the head and heart connection. If we're lucky, I was able to upload a bonus audio of my Leo full moon update. That full moon is happening January 28th. But let's dive in. The first activation happens on Monday, February 1st, when Venus enters Aquarius, and she's there until February 25th. If Venus in Capricorn is your conservative, dignified, inner leader self, then when she's in Aquarius, she is embodying the inner visionary, who joyfully and generously shares her unusual insight, deep wisdom, and radical ideas of human harmony that is possible if we cultivate it. Venus in Aquarius requires sovereignty and freedom in both her personal and professional relationships. So this is our chance to check in to see how that is going for us as individuals. This is a time to allow your deep feminine wisdom to surface to guide you about the future of your relationships and finances. Venus in Aquarius activates an upgrade in your own self-value, self-worth, self-love, and self-knowledge. It's the ability to cultivate your own unique genius and share your individual light with the world without losing your true self in the process. We have permission to withdraw complicity from all relationships or agreements which keep us small, stifled, or imprisoned in any way. We are encouraged to connect with others who are a vibratory match, meaning they share your values and priorities and want to work together as a couple or community. The shadow of Venus in Aquarius is to attach all value to humanity, the collective, the world, or the planet, never taking the time to cultivate a true personal connection with any one human. It's detachment from the true essence of what prompts us to want to create a better world. We can get so busy creating it that we forget to live it in the moment. So activate your inner visionary and reorganize your values and priorities so they reflect more authenticity, integrity, and you. That's what Venus in Aquarius blesses us with this week. However, the minute she gets there, she wants to initiate a new reality with Saturn, which causes an upset with Uranus. So in order to have a new reality, we're going to have to, let go of the old one, but then we're going to have to clear space to bring in the new one. That in the Venus department is our relationships and finances usually, and all the things we cherish about community and togetherness and kinship, let's say. So same day, Monday the 1st, Sun is going to square Mars. It's the Sun in Aquarius squaring Mars in Taurus. This is a challenge about your energy and how to direct it properly. You started something about 6 months ago that now challenges who you are and what you want. So adjustments must be made. It's not a good, bad thing. It's just a test to get out of your comfort zone and into new territory. You are supported to get your true desires congruent with what and who you present to the world. Deep breath. As you develop that, often the first things that come up are what's not working. It may seem as if the universe and a couple of humans for good measure will be pointing out all of your weaknesses, shortcomings, lack of preparation, and mistakes that you've made. Be careful not to take things personal, but keep in mind that if it's being brought into your awareness, you can learn from it. Keep self-preservation in mind and be compassionate with others struggling with their own identity issues at this time. This is energy that needs a positive physical outlet too. Anytime Mars is involved, it helps to walk it off. If you can channel it through physical exercise or an activity you love, you may find that the moving meditation opens you up to better choices and more authentic decisions, while denial and suppression only lead to disappointment, illness, or accidents. So, deep breath. The sun is lighting something up that is incongruent with who you are and what you want at this moment. So we need to make some adjustments. And either we need to shift what we're presenting to the world because it doesn't match what we really believe on the inside, or we need to shift what's going on inside so what we're presenting to the world makes more sense and magnetizes the right people and circumstances to you, right? That's the whole thing with Venus this week, is working on our magnetic field so that we naturally magnetize, naturally repel what's necessary for this new leg of the journey and for this next level of things going on. Which takes us to Wednesday, the 3rd, for our gate of power, the annual cross quarter that happens when the sun reaches 15 degrees Aquarius. So every year we have this 6-week mark. This is the halfway point between winter and spring. So we're checking in with our new beginning and being prepared to spark that new beginning so that it comes to life. Cross quarters are considered the gates of power, the in-between, the midpoint, between solstices and equinoxes. This is the sweet spot between seed and new life. This particular one is purification through fire and water, preparing a space for pure new energy and expression. This is the 2nd of 8 sacred seasons in the year. This one is all about inviting a renewal of the light. The light is returning, the days are getting longer, and the nights are getting shorter in the northern hemisphere. This is the season you commit to the process of nurturing the intentions that you set for the new year at winter solstice, only 6 weeks ago. In order to create anew, often sacrifices and choices must be made. Now is the time to initiate those new year changes. This time of year also coincides with several celebrations when many cultures give up something cherished in an effort to cleanse and clear a space for renewed growth within your being and your environment. This is about clearing a space for the new to come in. You should prepare as if it has already arrived. This season will culminate in 6 months with the Leo cross-quarter gate of power in August. So what would you like to create by then? What are you willing to give up now to further your goals? How can you clear space as if your goal has already been achieved? What are you willing to work or fight for to preserve within or around you? What relationships are you willing to commit to and cultivate going forward? Which ones have had their season and reason? So many things have run their course. Let's open up to the new and think forward, not backwards. So this sacred season is about purification through water and fire. So any rituals you can do with those elements will be helpful in purifying your system and preparing you for new life. So the bullets here say time of change. So we're getting ready and preparing our mind, body, and soul for changes there. New hopes and dreams. We're being inspired. This is the time to spark that inspiration, broadening your vision, rising above the current circumstance and thinking a little bit more long term, redefining freedom for yourself, freedom and sovereignty, independence and leadership. Definitely a new beginning, clean slate. That's very supported going forward. Healing of all self-love issues. So self-love, self-worth, self-value, like we talked about earlier. Acknowledging a turning point, because this is the midpoint between winter and spring. So whatever you really want kicking by spring, we want to pick up the pace right now. It can be a complete rebirth, new life, new look. I've tried to do that, improving the website and my mailings and different things. It's not going the way I wanted to, thanks to Mercury retrograde, but I'm trying, y'all. Trying new and innovative ways for living in the new era, new energy. So this is about, new rhythms, new routines, new resources to support yourself. What do you need now that maybe you didn't even need 5 or 10 years ago? And really get present in how to make your life work for you, right? Your unique contribution to the community. This is when we dream that up and spark that imagination and activate that contribution that only you can make. We also are still in the season of rest replenishing, and with a Mercury retrograde, ruminating and reviewing, going back over the last quarter, the last year, all of it. It will help inform your decisions going forward. And of course, fiery creativity, new projects or old projects being renewed. Like I said, you might get inspired. That's the whole object of the season, is to be inspired. So look for anything and everything that will inspires you and uplifts you. Right now, that's what you need to do. And think forward, not backwards. Then we jump to Saturday the 6th, when Venus conjuncts Saturn. That's a biggie because Saturn just got to Aquarius. for the first time in over 28 years. So 30 years ago, circa 1990 to 93 is what we're thinking about here. This is a powerful initiation on a personal level because it is Venus, when you can infuse your current reality with more beauty and true value, as well as anchor a renewed sense of your own inner authority. It's time to live a life that you create, a life that nourishes beauty and provides sustenance in the here and now. This is your life, and it is way too short to be living someone else's values or priorities. This energy supports you entirely for renewing your commitment and dedication to that which is most important to your heart and soul self. Saturn lends fortitude, strength, and resolve to the current process of pruning the non-essential, plugging energy leaks, and protecting what you love. Deep breath. This is an initiation of doing that all in a new way. If you define what you truly love and value, commit and channel this considerable power and energy, then you will find that all you need, desire, and deserve can manifest, take root, and grow with ease, grace, and beauty. Venus rules our relationships, and often a Saturn contact pushes us to face the reality and renegotiate the relationship so that both parties can commit or recommit with integrity and at a new level where everyone knows their roles and responsibilities. Deep breath. So that's any Venus conjunct Saturn. But basically, for the last two to 3 years, Venus has been linking up with Saturn in Capricorn, renewing our value systems there in how we live our day-to-day lives, how we treat our bodies, how we treat our boundaries and our physical limits, and things that Saturn rules. Just think of it that way. So I put a little extra star here next to Saturn in Aquarius 21 to 2023. Gives extra once in 28 years kind of support, the kind that helps you stabilize the fundamentals throughout your life, home and work, or personal, professional, and self, other, or individual within the context of your relationships. So Uranus rules Aquarius, and it is in Taurus, Venus's sign. So that's kind of a mutual reception that makes this initiation very powerful for cultivating your life like you would a beautiful, healthy garden. We have to be more flexible in our consciousness and present in our bodies to navigate this new territory. It will influence your Aquarius house, which is undergoing such a huge initiation. And that evolution is going to automatically cause shifts and integration in your Leo house. We will be pushed to grow, evolve, and change in our Taurus Scorpio houses. Last time we got a reality check like this was the early 1990s. So this is a potent time to let go of anything that has run its course since 1990 to 93, like I said earlier. Then also on Saturday, Venus, as it initiates with Saturn, it squares off with Uranus. Same day. So everyone's in the mix together, y'all. And so just breathe and work your way through it. This is a test to grow that you cannot plan for. Venus rules your values and priorities, and an activation with Uranus signifies something sudden and seemingly out of the blue. Of course, this isn't true, but it can feel that way. The truth is, it is time to do something different where your love, finances, or relationships are concerned. Making a conscious effort to do things in a completely new way will be rewarded with a lesson and a blessing you would have never considered. Due to new revelations happening within you, the immediate response will come from those closest to you. If you're in relationships, personal or professional, that have reached a point where they have to change or end, this is actually a good time to try to discuss it openly and with as much detachment and objectivity as possible. This energy can provoke the need for excitement or stimulation in your relationships, giving you the urge to shake things up. That's a mixed blessing, y'all. So be aware and mindful of others' feelings too, because they may not be in the mood for such sudden change. Another expression of this energy is to get things on the table. It's a great time to really discuss things and come to an agreement or compromise. Ultimately, this is a test of your flexibility in relationships. The more inflexible or attached to the old way or the status quo that you are, the more disruptive this energy can be for all involved. So, deep breath. The primary focus on relationships is thanks to Venus, but it could be whatever's going on in your Aquarius house. That is, like I said, initiating new is disrupting things in the Taurus house, which is already being disrupted because Uranus is there. So wherever we've gotten settled in our comfort zones, Taurus rules our comfort zone for sure. Food, sex, and money. These are the things that make us feel comfortable and safe and secure. And so this is getting a shake up and a wake up to how can we do more of those things for ourselves and not really need so much outside input to function, right? And to function well. And it's back to natural. We're getting way away from synthetic and fake or robotic or mechanical, right? Somehow we have to stay in our bodies because we are earthlings, and at the same time recognize this expansion in consciousness and awakening in consciousness that's happening pretty much en masse. So that's a lot to process on any day, but that does lend a lot of weight to our week this week, y'all. So pace yourself, take your time, work with the elements that work for you to balance out any excessive. Air and earth seems to win the day. They have the most things activated, but it's a pretty good balance of all four elements. So we have the energy we need to do whatever we need to do with these activations this week. But it is personal, and what you can shift and be aware of and deal with on a personal level is automatically going to affect the social collective levels. So stay in the zone you can control and that you can actually affect, which is your personal individual zone right now. And like I said on some of the full moon updates that I've done, this month in particular, the whole Leo Aquarius lunation, the whole 30 days encompasses the Mercury retrograde in Aquarius and just a good dozen reasons to pull inward and really clarify what you want to do with the year of 2021, especially after such a transformative year of 2020. Because if you can be clear about what you want to create and embody and express this year, at this point, then you can incrementally grow into it through the next 6 of the 8 seasons throughout this year and really accomplish your goal by the end without being overwhelmed, without the fits and starts. That's another thing I meant to say, if I didn't say it on the full moon call, is that we also, when I look at the year as a whole, we have incredible activity in the first quarter of the year, where we are right now, and the last quarter of the year, October, November, December. In between is our 6 months that's got other things to do. I'm not going to say it's not going to be intense, because it probably will be, but it's not as active. So let's work it accordingly, right? Let's be present. Let's know and understand that this first quarter is waking up a lot of different things to make us conscious about and conscious of and present to, so that we can choose wisely. And then we have that 6 months to kind of work it into the system and the routine and the world and whatever we're doing, creating for this year, so that by that last quarter, when it gets hectic again, you're already solid. You know what you came to create, and you're just putting the final touches on it. So this week has a lot to do with some of those intentions and being really clear about your magnetic field and your vibratory frequency is, let's say, where the soul work is. All right, y'all. I'm traveling, so bear with me on any kind of emails and texts and response times for the next week or two, but I got this recorded ahead of time, and I trust that it will reach you in divine time and order. And I hope you have a fantastic week. Reach out if you need to. This is Kelly Beard of Karmic Tools, signing off.